Climate activist Sonam Wangchuk has made it clear that he will not end his indefinite hunger strike until the government provides a firm assurance that no young protester involved in the recent education movement will face any legal action or retaliation. Sonam Wangchuk, who has been on hunger strike over alleged irregularities in the competitive examinations, including the NEET paper leak controversy, has written a detailed letter to Union Ministers J.P. Nadda and Jitendra Singh outlining his conditions for withdrawing the protest. The development came after Union Ministers J.P. Nadda and Jitendra Singh met Sonam Wangchuk at Medanta Hospital in Gurugram on Tuesday and appealed to him to end his fast. The ministers expressed concern over his health and urged him to prioritize his well-being. Sonam thanked both the ministers for visiting him and listening to his concerns. However, he said that ending the hunger strike without concrete commitments from the government would not be possible because the movement was not only about him but about thousands of students demanding accountability and fairness in the education system. In his letter to the centre, Sonam Wangchuk highlighted two major demands that he wants the government to address. The first demand is compensation for the families of students who allegedly lost their lives by suicide following examination paper leak controversies, and Sonam Wangchuk said that all these families have suffered immense emotional and personal loss and deserve support from the government. The second demand is a meaningful discussion in the parliament regarding accountability over the examination issue. He specifically mentioned that the discussion should include consideration of the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. According to Sonam Wangchuk, during his interaction with the ministers, he was assured that all these demands would be positively considered by the government. Sonam Wangchuk also addressed the events surrounding the July 20 Chalo Sansad March, which saw clashes between protesters and police. He said that the demonstration remained peaceful despite what he described as excessive use of force by the authorities. He stated that the protesters showed patience and commitment to democratic values and that the nation and the world witnessed their peaceful approach. However, Sonam Wangchuk expressed concern over the possibility of legal cases being filed against young protesters who participated in the movement. He said that the protesters' only action was raising their voices for a fair and accountable education system. The activist made it clear that his decision to end the hunger strike depends on receiving an unconditional assurance from the government that no student or protester will face punishment, harassment or retaliatory action. I want to live, I want to return to my students, to my education and to the work that has defined my life, Sonam Wangchuk said in his letter. But I cannot do so at the cost of the very young people for whom this movement began, he added. Sonam revealed that around 65 members of parliament from different political parties have written to him urging him to end his fast and return to his work. Several leaders have also appealed to him to consider his health condition, and the activist acknowledged that all these appeals but said that his responsibility towards the protesting students remains his priority. He said that if the government provides the requested assurance that he will end his hunger strike with the belief that the voices of young Indians have been heard. However, if no such commitment comes from the government, Sonam warned that he would continue his fast indefinitely. Meanwhile, protests over the alleged examination irregularities continue, with activists demanding transparency, accountability and reforms in India's education system. The movement has gained attention after student, activist and opposition leaders raised concerns over alleged paper leaks and demanded action from the authorities. Sonam Wangchuk has repeatedly emphasized that the protest is not against any individual but is aimed at protecting the future of students and ensuring trust in India's examination system. He also appealed for the movement to remain peaceful and follow democratic principles, saying that the strength of any democracy depends on how it responds to the young citizens who raise concerns. Well, the focus now remains on the government's response to Sonam Wangchuk's demand and whether a resolution can be reached to bring an end to his prolonged hunger strike. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.